today is Saturday, April the 25th, 2020, and today should have been our pre-travel day. We should have been going up to Gatwick Premier Inn this evening, and because of coronavirus it's all been cancelled. So what we're going to do instead is a pretend Florida trip, and each day of our holiday for the whole fortnight I'll be trying to cook something or bake something that we would have had in Florida. So usually on a Saturday we would go up into the town and we'd get a coffee with my sister and brother-in-law. Obviously everything is shut at the moment, so we can't do that. So we've made our own coffee, and I'm using the very last of our caramel macchiato, which I bought in Walmart last time we were in America. And that's the very last of it, there's hardly any left. You can see all the cleaning stuff in the background, because that is life now. Anti-bac spray, anti-bac Carex, gloves. So normally I would be cleaning the house and taking the dog to the kennels, but I won't be doing that. So instead it's a nice day, so come out into the garden with my coffee, and here's Mia waiting for her ball to be thrown. Oh, she always does that.
Yeah, can't do the work that much to do it.
Oh, there we go. Go on, Emmy.
Amazing how beautiful Beskar can be when forged by its ancestral artisans.
So Tony's watching Mandalorian on Disney Plus, and we've broken open the last Easter egg. And Tony's waiting for Virgin to get back to us about our refund. Unbelievably, this morning they sent Tony a message reminding him to check in online.
Which was really taking the piss.
So here's our Saturday dinner. Steak with chips and onion rings, mushrooms, peas, which we probably would have had we been able to go to the Premier Inn and the restaurant next door. Sunday, the 6th of April, and we should have been having our travel day today to Florida, and we're not doing that. So at the moment we would have been at the airport by now, and having breakfast, so I'm going to do breakfast here at home instead. And there it is, full English. I've just made some scones. They're ready on the tray to go in the oven. This will be for our afternoon tea on the plane. So they're out of the oven, and here they are. They're not too bad, a little bit brown. My timer didn't go off. I dropped it on the floor yesterday, and this is it. And look, it's still saying 5 minutes, so it didn't go off. But they'll be okay. So it's lunchtime. We would be on the plane, so I am doing some plane food. So in the freezer I found a tub of something I had made that had no label on it, so I didn't know what it was, and I thought, brilliant, something unidentifiable, that will be perfect for our plain meal. And here it is. We think it's chili, and that's some leftover mash with it, and there's my little pot salad and knife, fork, my glass of wine. So that's our aeroplane lunch, and I put it on a tray, and we're going to have it on our laps and watch a movie. And here's dessert, a little bit of banana crumb cake with a bit of custard. Here's our in-flight ice cream. We didn't have any lollies, so we've got ice cream in a tub. And while we eat this, we're watching Star Wars. It's time for Mile High tea. So we've got sandwiches, scones and jam, tea. So today should have been the first day of our holiday. We should be enjoying ourselves in a theme park right now, but we're not. So I'm going to make an American meal tonight. It's going to be a Cheesecake Factory one. I'm going to do Bellagio chicken, and we've got Cheesecake Factory cheesecake pudding. So I'm part way through. Here's my chicken. It's looking okay, I think. I've had to make it up a little bit as I go along because the recipe's a bit lacking in detail. This is a Parmesan cream sauce, which it didn't have the recipe for, so I've made that up. And this is a the saucy thing that you put the spaghetti in before you put it on the plate. I've made a terrible mess everywhere. That's the spaghetti boiling. The pan wasn't big enough. Here's the finished article. So we've got spaghetti with a kind of a saucy oil on it, and then chicken breadcrumbs with a parmesan cream sauce, and parma ham with a little bit of rocket on the top. Well, that was actually really delicious. I'm just so surprised because my cooking can be a bit hit and miss. So that was really good. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's dinner now. It's time for our Cheesecake Factory desserts. Tony's got dulce de leche, I think, and I've got my very favourite cinnamon bun with cream, and it's going to be delicious. I didn't make these though, they came from Costco. So we're now taking the dog for a walk for our exercise of the day, and we normally see wildlife up here like deer, so we're attending its animal kingdom. But we haven't seen anything yet. There's nothing out there at the moment. We've just spotted one. There's a deer out in that field and it's behind the trees. So we're just going to try and get round. There it is. There's a couple. There's a couple out there. I'll try and zoom in. We've lost them now. They're still there. There's a couple of deer out there. There they go. Oh. Today is day 2 of our fake Florida trip, and I'm making some Mickey Crispies. It's my own recipe. It's not actually the official Disney recipe, but we like this one better. So in here I've got equal quantities of marshmallows, toffees and margarine, and I'm just going to melt them. This is how it looks part way through melting. You have to keep stirring it. Once it's melted, you add the Rice Krispies and stir it in well. So it should look a bit like this. It's quite fairly stiff. Then I've shaped them into Mickeys. I didn't have very much mixture because I only had a few marshmallows, so it's only made 3. But you just shape them into Mickey shapes and then you put it in the fridge to set. And this is the finished article. They're a little bit messy, but I'm sure they'll taste okay. So today's evening meal is actually going to be a couple of appetizers that we like to have when we're in Florida. So we are having spinach and artichoke dip and some chicken wings, some spicy chicken wings. And here are the ingredients. There's a tin of artichoke hearts, half a cup of parmesan, grated parmesan. I think the spinach, there's about 10 ounces of spinach there. That's frozen spinach and it's been squeezed with all the water out. And then we've got 8 ounces of cream cheese and a cup of mozzarella, grated mozzarella, and there'll be a teaspoon of garlic powder. And you just mix it all up together. So you just pop it all into a greased dish, and then that goes into the oven, gas mark 4, for about 20 minutes or so. And here's the finished spinach and artichoke dip. And we're going to be serving it with tortilla chips, and I've got some asparagus that needed using, and I've got some spicy chicken wings which are just there. So today is Wednesday, and today's Florida recipe is going to be Dole Whip, we hope. In here we've put pineapple chunks that have been frozen and chunk of ice cream, and you're supposed to then liquidize it, and it's supposed to turn into Dole Whip. So we're going to give it a go. So that was a bit of a disaster. You'd think the smoothie maker would be the best thing to do it, but it just wasn't chopping up the very frozen chunks of pineapple. So we've now put it in here instead, into my food processor, and see if that works any better. It's really taking ages to actually sort of go smooth. It's still really, really lumpy. I think my pineapple chunks were very, very solidly frozen, and it might be best maybe not to have them quite so frozen, just freeze them for a short while so they're cold but not solid. So you have to keep stopping and pulsing it again, and stopping and mixing it and pulsing it again. So it's taking a long time. Well, that was hard work. It took ages to smooth down. It's not quite as the Disney version. I've put pineapple juice at the bottom and then tried to pipe nicely the ice cream into the glass, and it just looks like pineapple poop on top. So let's hope it tastes nice. Right, so I've given Tony his Dole Whip to try.
That's pretty good.
What is it? Is the pineapple getting stuck in the straw?
So far.
Oh, okay.
It might do, but at the moment it's fine.
Does it taste all right? Do you want a spoon for the ice cream?
That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to go and try mine. So I think our verdict is it does actually taste quite nice. But next time I would put just a very little amount of juice, because I half filled these up to about here and it was far too much juice. So next time I think maybe I'd just put an inch, and then possibly the ice cream will pipe nicely. Oh, it looks awful now, doesn't it? It tastes okay though. Not quite as smooth as the Disney version, but not bad. But I have made a terrible mess all around the kitchen. It's just splattered everywhere, and I've used so many different utensils. Never mind. It's Thursday, I've just got home from work, and for lunch we are having Copycat Arby's sliders. And here they are. It's Thursday evening, and I'm making loaded fries from the Plaza in Magic Kingdom. So here's tonight's dinner. It's loaded fries from the Plaza at Magic Kingdom. The only change I've made really is I've used some baconaise instead of ranch dressing. Otherwise it's fairly similar. And tonight's dessert is a mini mint bliss from Ghirardelli's. Look what Tony got. It's Krispy Kremes. He got it from a friend who works at Tesco. And we've eaten 2 already. Tonight I'm doing pulled pork in rolls, probably with corn and chips or something like that. So here's my pork bubbling away in my slow cooker. Here's my pulled pork that's been pulled. Oh, the dog is growling. Just mix the barbecue sauce in with the pulled pork, and that's what it looks like. And there it is. Pulled pork in a roll, sweet potato fries, which I found in the freezer. It's only tinned sweet corn, unfortunately, and a couple of onion rings. We just walked the dog, and we've got back in the car, and they're playing one of our Florida songs that we heard on our last trip. One of our favourites. It's Saturday, and I'm home from work, so doing a cooked breakfast. American style, of course. So I'm doing buttermilk biscuits, sausage patties and eggs. I've made some American biscuits. Here they are. They're not too bad. They've risen quite well, but a little bit brown. And I'm cooking some sausage patties. And here it is. Buttermilk biscuits, eggs and sausage patty. It's Saturday evening, and today's dinner is mac and cheese with pulled pork on top, which you can get at 8 Spoon Cafe in Animal Kingdom. Here's the mac and cheese. I've made a ridiculously large amount for just 2 of us. Yeah, but you know, we can eat it. And there's the finished result. I didn't have any spring onions to put on top, so I've put chopped chives from the garden. I also made today some turtle bar. This is it. So here's my turtle bar. It's got a kind of shortbready base with nuts on top and caramel kind of in the middle, but the caramel soaked in a bit, so it's disappeared I think. And on the top of that is chocolate ganache and then more nuts and a caramel drizzle. Well, we're halfway through our fake Florida holiday and it's Sunday morning, so no work. And this morning we're very excited because I'm doing Tonga toast for breakfast. Tonga toast is served at Kona Cafe at the Polynesian Resort, and it's delicious. And all you need is bread, a big thick bread like that. You cut a big old wedge and you make a slit down the middle, and you put banana inside there, and then you fry it until it's lovely and crispy, and then you roll it in cinnamon sugar. So this is it. This is our Tonga toast. I just did one big piece and cut it in half because it is really rich. And we're serving with melons. I would have had strawberries, but we couldn't get any strawberries. And we've got some nice maple praline syrup to have with it. I did cut it in half to make 2 triangles, and I put it back into the pan to do that edge, the long edge, because it wasn't quite squidgy enough in the middle. It's Monday of the 2nd week of our fake Florida holiday, and today I've done paella, which we usually have at the Colombian restaurant in Celebration. Mine isn't quite as fancy as theirs. It's a bit plainer and not overly traditional, because there's a few extras in there because of, obviously at the moment with coronavirus, we have to make do with what we got, so it's not quite traditional. So for dessert I made the Colombian restaurant's white chocolate bread pudding with a white chocolate and rum sauce, and this is it. And I'm hoping it's delicious because their one is. Today we're having a Longhorn Steakhouse day. So we've got ribs and asparagus and loaded mash. Today we're doing Panda Express. So I've made rice with vegetables and orange chicken. It's Thursday and it's dinner time, and we have a long weekend ahead. And tonight we're going to do Manny's food. So I'm cooking steak and loaded jacket potatoes and Manny's salad. Steaks are in and sizzling away. So here we have loaded jacket potato, green beans, sirloin steak and a little chopped salad with ranch dressing. I was going to make the dinner rolls, but I ran out of time. Here's dessert. It's little mini key lime pies. It's Friday morning. It's a bank holiday for VE Day, and I'm cooking some apples in butter and a bit of pumpkin spice. And I'm making pancakes in a minute. But here's the finished result. American pancakes with caramelised apples and a little squirt or 2 of cream. Oh, and maple praline syrup drizzled over the top. And I've also got cinnamon bun dough in a bowl here, which hopefully will rise. Cinnamon buns are ready. Here they are. Got 10. the VE Day celebrations, 75 years since VE Day. Absolute Radio has 40s music playing. I've put up some bunting. Tonight's VE Day celebration dinner is panko shrimp, sweet corn salad, fries. Tonight's dessert, No Way Jose's from Peaches and Cream. Not quite as big as the originals, but quite loaded. There's peanut butter ice cream, chocolate ice cream, peanut butter sauce, chocolate sauce, cream, peanut butter chips. Yeah.
I command. Hostilities will end officially at 1 minute after midnight tonight, Tuesday, the 8th of May. We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing. Today is Victory in Europe Day. Tomorrow will also be Victory in Europe Day. We must now devote all our strength and resources to the completion of our tasks, both at home and abroad. Advance Britannia. Long live the cause of freedom. God save the King.
Whether it be the men and women called up to serve, families separated from each other, or people asked to take up new roles and skills to support the war effort, all had a part to play. At the start, the outlook seemed bleak, the end distant, the outcome uncertain. But we kept faith that the cause was right. And this belief, as my father noted in his broadcast, carried us through. Never give up, never despair. That was the message of VE Day. Many people laid down their lives in that terrible conflict. They fought so we could live in peace, at home and abroad. They died so we could live as free people in a world of free nations. They risked all so our families and neighbourhoods could be safe. We should and will remember them. Today it may seem hard that we cannot mark this special anniversary as we would wish. Instead, we remember from our homes and our doorsteps. But our streets are not empty. They are filled with the love and the care that we have for each other. And when I look at our country today and see what we are willing to do to protect and support one another, I say with pride that we are still a nation those brave soldiers, sailors and airmen would recognise and admire. I send my warmest good wishes to you all.
American breakfast this morning, hash browns, eggs, sausage patty, bacon and coffee. It's our last full day on Fake Florida, and we're making a fake McDonald's burger. Oh, there goes the toast for me. Tony's having the fake burger. Fake breakfast. Here it is. Cheese, egg, patty. There it is. So it's lunchtime and we're doing olive sandwich, copycat sandwiches. I've got tuna melt in a gluten-free bun and Tony's got cheese and ham. I made some more Crispies. These ones have got dark chocolate with peanut butter chips on the ears. Our last meal of the holiday. This is supposed to be Yak and Yeti's honey chicken. It's a little bit different because I went to the fridge to get the various ingredients out and realised I didn't have them all, so I had to sort of adapt it a little bit. But hopefully it will be delicious. Our last meal of our fake Florida holiday. Plain food. So that's it, our fake Florida holiday is over. It's been really good fun, we've really enjoyed it. Our favourite recipe was probably the Panda Express orange chicken, which we really enjoyed. So I'll be doing that one again. But here's to the next holiday, and let's hope it's a real one this time.